So feel free to interrupt me as we move on if you have any questions, and let's enjoy what we're doing. We start usually with the XY, and let's move towards the indices after, and then cover up the rest. Let's start from the higher time frame. I'll cover it all the way down. Maybe it will give you my point of view of how I'm seeing stuff. We are right here at an engulfing candle. We just retested it. We might break it. Looking at this perspective as a completed move, and we're having a correction towards the upside. At the time being, we are retesting this order block on the 6 month. We might break it, but for sure we will have a reaction, as you can see last week, that we had a nice beautiful rejection out of that after retesting it twice. On the monthly, 94.3, and the fair value cap is around 95 for this candle on the monthly. I always prefer to check yes, indeed I am. I always prefer to check the fair value cap on the monthly, weekly, daily if I'm looking for a day trade, but the higher the better. And on the weekly, I'm looking for the following: a retest of that fair value cap, taking out this candle on the weekly, retesting it, and then continuation of the up move, taking out this 6 month. Let's see if it's gonna play out or not. But from the perspective, if you change it towards lines, just 1 second. It looks like a completed wave for this, but it exceeded this correction. So most likely I'm looking for the pullback and then continuation. I can take it in another way. If these two, exactly, I can take it in this way too. Right there, spot on, towards the fair value cap where I'm looking at it, and then continuation of something like this, and then continuation of the up move. That's one perspective I'm looking at. If you go lower time frames, from price action on the 4-day, we are at an OB on the 4-day, 3-day the same thing, 2-day also, and the daily. So as long as we break this low, I'm targeting these lows down here before any continuation of the up move. If we will have a continuation of the up move, I would love these lows to be taken, retesting these areas, 95, as I said, on the higher time frame, with that matching leg that we measured. It gives you a very good this one is what, let me just install the RSI. Was I checking it on the monthly or was I checking it on the weekly? on the weekly. See, I would love the RSI. Yeah, but this goes along with this. That's the thing. See here, this is a clean move on the RSI, where this can be something like this around here. It is cleaner on the RSI. Anyways, it's something to watch for, but from the whole market perspective, if this leg would match with this leg, I would love to see a divergence between these two legs. But for the time being, that's what I'm watching. If we go lower to the daily, as I said, we're looking towards these areas. 95 retest. I can see it on the pound and on the euro. I'll go over them. Okay, and more continuation if we're gonna have any continuation of the up move. But something to watch for. On the daily, we had some beautiful trades on gold, on the pound. I just came on Friday during the NFP when the news came out. After there was some nice trades that we identified. I'll go over them. As I said, I'm looking for this before any continuation of the up move. Let's move to the indices. Actually, I did not check the indices, but the only thing that I checked was with chemo. More than happy to go over it. This one exactly on the 3 month. From the way I look at the charts, this whole thing is a completed move. What's next is this. Everything measures perfectly, even this with this and this with this. I know this is not so much proportional. Let me do it like that, but it is on the log. Sorry, it is on the log. It fits perfectly on the waves. Did it start? As I said, if you go back to the trading chart, there's a lot of gaps in it. If I go back to this one here on the monthly, if I'm not mistaken, yes, on the monthly, before I start calling the bear market, I would love this to break. Even I think there was one setup on the weekly exactly. I would love this to break. You see, they were always respected. This was broken, came back in, this was respected, and we are in this one up here. So before I start calling bear market and throwing out fear, like most of whoever throwing out the fear that we're entering into a bear market, be careful, crash is coming. You know me, guys, I don't call this stuff. I go with what the chart is saying and try not to implement fear strategies outside in the market that would limit your trading. I never look at tops, I never look at bottoms. So for the time being, we're respecting this. Before I would see any bear market, as the higher time frame, the 3 months is looking at, I would love these to break. When they break on the retest, more than happy to start telling you guys, start looking for yourselves. But for 2 week. Yeah, well actually we are retesting this, right? So let's see this week how it's gonna play out. Are they gonna keep it here, or they're gonna give that engulfing right there? Let's see how it's gonna play out. As I said, I've not been trading. I prefer January. I don't trade. Even the upcoming week, not that much, not even with my full account, just getting back in the concept, trying to grasp the full, get my brains into the idea of trading and stuff like that, trying to see the setups. You know, it's been almost a month, and yeah, so I would wait. Even there's this that you can look for continuation of the up move. To the upside, retest and continuation. Why not? Who are we to decide? As long as the weekly is holding, we're good to go to continue heading up. Let the market decide from our own perspective, guys. Don't try to predict the market. US 30, there's this on the higher time frame that you can watch. I need to create an indices chart, a chat, where I can update the higher time frames in Discord, like the crypto and the rest. US 30, there's this to watch. That's good to go candle for a retest and continuation from the higher time frame. Monthly, 3 month, you have it till down here, but let it start the move, right? So let lower time frame indicate these moves as a start. As we are now, we're still respecting the higher time frames continuation. Yes, we created new high, it's okay. Nobody's saying it's the top. Don't call the tops. If you start calling the tops, you'll limit yourself. 4 day, it looks good. The 35. See this on this 2 day, it is a good sell as a retest, revisiting these areas. So maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, let's have a correction and you can sell it towards these areas. Even on the daily, towards 35, 450. This looks complete. I always love to measure my corrections just from here on the line. It removes all the noise. Try it out. It will help you to take you out of a lot of mess. From the price action that we're seeing here, retest, take it towards the 4 day, 35, 580. That's a good setup to take. And who knows, maybe as we said on the S&P 500, we might have that pullback like these down here. They're looking good for grab. Who knows? The bear market, it always starts slow and it starts moving and you will see a massive flash, but that's a completed wave. We're gonna have a continuation. Let's take it step by step, but it's good to look for, especially when I see on the daily these two candles taking out this high and forming this, breaking a buy setup. Most likely would be looking for a short. I would personally be looking for a short, and I got it as a reminder. NAS, same thing. Let's start with the higher time frame. We are retesting the monthly. We are retesting. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Apologies for that. Hopefully the kid did not scare you with his boo. And he kills me, man, with the small one. And yeah, so the monthly, it just started. It can reject, very strong rejection from here. From the monthly, we're still in bull formation. This is a buy setup, and even it can go till 15 to something. Let's go lower time frames. Exactly, this candle was never retested right here. Even taking out these lows, and then continuation of the up move. If we go lower time frame, this looks complete. Exactly. So we might have a consolidation down here, a fake out, and continuation of the up move. I took out these lows, as you can see on the line. So that's an area where you can look at. Even there is right there. $15.41 for at least a correction or a pullback, taking out these highs. Yeah. Would definitely look at this one. Retest of this area and the correction. Or gives us what? A missing leg. If we have a very strong impulse and comes back, breaks it, then that's something to consider. If this gives us a nice impulse to the upside and comes down correctively, any pullback with looking for a short. That's something to look out for, because this is almost complete from price action perspective and waves. And whoever is new to listening to me and looking at how I look at the market, I look at the market from my own perspective of wave concept. I have my own waves. I look at the market as 3 waves. There's no fives, it's only 3 waves, and mainly it's fractals. Waves repeat similar waves in the future. So especially when I say a missing leg, there's a wave connector. It's a connector for a wave that's gonna repeat in the future. Similar, I'll give you an example right here, like this. That's a 3 wave. That's a great example right there. That's a 3 wave. This is a correction. This is the interest zone I would be looking at, where I would take profit, of course, with price action. Of course, number one is price action. And then looking for this, similar to this. How I would measure it? I'll measure it the same way you measure a 3 wave concept, right into our interest zone. Price action, I'm not saying you just enter blindly. There's setup, you're trading the setup, you don't trade the price. Right into interest zone, takes it up, and that's what I would say, it's a completed wave into the interest zone. Everything is fractal, everything is just fractal, it repeats itself. Same thing over here, same thing over here, as I measured it on lower time frames. You can go deeper and deeper and deeper, but I prefer to buy algos, man. Algo trading. That's all what it is. You have to understand the perspective of it, and there's nothing that's random. Liquidity and mathematics, everything is precise. You just need to understand it. Of course, the volume has its own way. Why this is extended and why this is like this, it's all about the volume. There's a lot, you can go deeper into it, but I prefer to keep it as simple as is, because the deeper you go, the deeper it will become complicated, the deeper you would be spending your time, your precious time on the charts. You don't want to do that. Yeah, so from this perspective, I would be looking at a pullback. This pullback it might take the high, or it can give us a missing leg. You can take this one, reverse it, and maybe it will create, let's say we are here, and this leg, it can create a missing leg to the upside, a missing leg, inducing buyers for continuation, and then comes back down, create a double bottom, and then breaks it. And this leg will repeat in the future somewhere down, repeating this one. Same thing, it's all over. You just have to look at the time frame where it is playing out. Most of my analysis, I do it on higher time frames. As you can see, I start with this 6 month, 3 month, monthly, have the perspective, especially at the beginning of the week, of the year, of the month, see how far we are. And most of you know I only trade UCAD and BTC and some decent trades on the indices, but basically UCAD. That's all what I trade. More than enough to me to make a living out of it. Anyways, so I would be looking for an impulse. Is it tradable? Yes. If you are day trading it, you are right there at the session where that impulse is gonna start. Why not? But let it finish that. There's one more leg to the low. Let it finish it before that reaction around these areas. But the higher time frame, let's see how it's gonna play out, but I'm looking for more down, especially when I see US 30. There is space for it. Let's go to the pound. The pound, that was a signal, not a signal. I have some guys that they only trade Forex, and I would love to congratulate them on their FTMO passing. and please keep the discipline. As we spoke, keep the discipline, hit your target, your daily target, choose 1-2 trades and continue the same way you passed, the same way you should continue. Be patient, let the setup play out. Same thing we gave, as I said, I'm willing to help anyone, to assist anyone in taking FTMO. I will do my best to give as much trades as possible in the chat and answer most of your questions. Let's hit 2022 the ground running, and let's be sharks and hit these charts. So as you can see here, they created a double top. Most likely I would be looking for a pullback and continuation of the up move. Hopefully they will give us a pullback, especially when they ended this week something like this as a double top. When I see a double top, I can't help it, I have to look for a pullback. Nearest position is this down here. Hopefully we'll get it, a retest of this, or very simply it can, this is a completed wave, it can come down, grab that inner liquidity from down here, and very strong move to the upside. They have to induce sellers. They have to induce sellers. Let's see this one. Would it play out? Yeah, perfectly. So I know you already took profit, but let's see how it's gonna play out. Maybe a fake out, just a wick, and continuation. I'm still looking for up move. Let's start with the higher time frame. There's a 6 month right here. See, when you look at higher time frames, it will make it more easier. You would have key high probability trades, very high probability trades. You have to wait on lower time frames, 1 hour. When I mean when you're waiting for a wave to finish, it's like the 1 hour, 2 hour. But I'm not saying you should enter on the 1 hour or 2 hour. Wait for that wave, for that momentum candle to start on these time frames, then go lower to the 5 minute. My entries are on the 5 minute and the 2 minutes, but I only go there when I'm ready to enter a trade. I never do any analysis on the 5 minute or the 10 minutes or the 15 minutes. All my analysis are on these time frames. I look at key areas, continuation. See, this is key right here, and that's what I'm looking at least a retest of this. Yes, I'm putting an arrow towards these areas, but let it break. It's not me to decide if it's gonna break or not. So for the time being, that was a beautiful trade. Congrats whoever took it. This is a completed ABC. You can see it on the daily. Right into our interest zone, and these two right into our interest zone. Same concept, 1, 2 connector, and take it. Why not? We have liquidity up here. Let's switch to that. We have liquidity up here, and we have liquidity up here. We have liquidity here, and look out up here. Look how beautiful that is. So let it go. But take it step by step, trade by trade. Do not trade the price, trade the setup. Have a target, hit that target after the manipulation, and move out. Prepare for the second trade. If you are a day trader, which most of you are here as a day traders, because all I see is most of you are sitting on the charts. So you must be day traders. If you are sitting on the charts and you're not day traders, you're wasting your time. Do something else or learn how it's done. As I said, looking for grab of liquidity below here, manipulation, and then continuation of the up move. Just let me check higher time frames. Something to watch, a reaction. Maybe they will push it, come back down, grab that liquidity on, as we spoke about it, grab that liquidity, and then continuation of the up move. EURUSD, sorry about that. EURUSD, you see this, I would have loved the grab of that. That alone throws a question to me, for me, I mean, like why they left this back, especially this one, why it was left behind. Yes, on higher time frame, I'm looking for something like this. That's a smaller version. I'm looking similar to this one. Retest of this monthly, and then continuation taking out these highs. Same thing happened here. But you see, when they leave something behind, they will always come back and take it. They left this behind. So that's something to take it into consideration. Price is driven by liquidity. Do not look at the charts in any other way without the liquidity. You can combine Elliot, you can combine, yes, these are add-on, but learn how to identify the liquidity. See, these highs were taken out. Are we gonna have this before this? I would prefer, it will confirm my bullishness towards the EURUSD if this plays out. That would put us here on the DXY, where this can come back down, take out the liquidity up here, respecting the 6 month, taking out the liquidity that's up there before any continuation of the down move. See down here, especially here, never ever they will leave something like this. Look, never ever they will leave something like this. They will clear it out. So same thing here. Let's have more clarity. I was hoping that they would have cleared it out on Friday before moving up. I'm not too convinced with this move. So I will, whoever trades it, I would suggest leave it alone until we see this. If I see a sell setup, I would wait for the DXY to clear that liquidity that I spoke about before taking that sell. UCAD, this is a completed move, and this is a completed move. Are they gonna continue heading down? Why not? But for the time being, this is a completed move. Pull back. Are we gonna have something like this and then drop? I never know, but I'm interested with these highs. I'll wait and see how I will trade it. You know me, I will update, and that's basically when I go live, that's what I trade. Whoever is interested to start trading Forex, more than happy to come and start with me with this one, because I trade this one every session. London, New York, London, New York, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on the news around Fridays, if there is any heavy news. If there's none, I'll just leave it alone. So London, New York, I trade UCAD. From liquidity to liquidity, from liquidity to liquidity. Anyways, so I'll not go into details, because every day I go into details in this one. But let me have just a we are on the monthly. This was retested. I'm looking for continuation of the up move, at least taking out, retesting this 3-month up here. It might, some people would say it already retested it. From where I was taught, they will not look at the body, they will look at the wick. It's more than enough for continuation. But I love to see the body get retested. Many times the body get retested, many times. And for this one, it's more than enough for continuation of the up move. It already retested, it already took out this body, created double bottom down here for a nice beautiful pullback. On the 6-month, same thing. See, you should start, guys, looking at the 6-month and higher time frames, just to have a perspective where it is. You see, below these, where's the next stop? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Where's the next stop? Is it something here? At this candle? On the 3 months? There you go. On the monthly. See, price action is number one. Yes, price is fractal, but price action is number one for your trading. Let's move on. Aussie, beautiful trade and beautiful candle. Beautiful trade, beautiful candle. Was identified in on the charts on Friday. If you want to trade this liquidity has been grabbed, this liquidity has been grabbed. As long as we are respecting, give me one candle, exactly, there you go. As long as we're respecting this one, I would be looking for and continuation of the up move. Higher time frame, yeah, it passed it. But liquidity has been grabbed. Are we having something similar to this? Let's see. For the time being, price action is telling me nice momentum candle, retest, look for your buy. Higher time frame, what is the higher time frame? If I can have some participation from some of you guys, what's the higher time frame telling me here? If anyone can participate, would love to answer. No? No one? Come on, guys, somebody. This one, but it was grabbed with this leg right here. Yeah. Almost. See, this was respected. And this was violated. Does this get respected? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Where's the liquidity? Maybe that would give you a better perspective. No? Something like this around these areas. You might have a retest of this, break above this. Exactly. If you just do it like that, there's your box. How many times you've seen this? Beautiful. But for the time being, there's a beautiful rejection on the 4 hour. At least see these up here. Let it go up, grab the upper liquidity. If it breaks back down, this would become your sell point, and next up is these lows down here, 0.7850. Targeting these lows down there. Exactly. So the 8 hour, let it play out. If it does not play out, we'll continue looking for our shorts. Commodities, beautiful trade, also identified on before NFP, taking out the lows, liquidity grab, beautiful pump. I know most of you took the short and they are in a long. Higher perspective. Would love price to come down towards these areas before any continuation of the up move, especially towards these equal lows. Even on gold you have the same concept, equal lows, but a bit further down. But for the time being, Friday, as you all know, is just manipulation day. Let's see continuation of the up move, but I'm looking towards these equal lows that are down here as I looked at them. A short towards these down here. Can this extend? Yes, it can extend. Who are we to decide that it will not? but for the time being, beautiful trade. Let it be, let the price decide. Gold, same concept. Took out the low, took out the high first, they came back, took out the sell side liquidity, and continuation of the up move. Any break under here, any break below this on the retest, take you short towards these areas. And the equal lows I'm looking at are way lower than silver. These lows that are down there. But this is a completed wave. This is part of something else. Wherever we are in, as you all know, draw your box. And let it break or grab the liquidity from the other end. That's something to consider here. This was already grabbed. This was the trade for Friday. Is it gonna pump to the upside? Why not? These two, this and this. Yes, but the thing is, you see, this is a completed wave, and then this is a completed wave. And this whole thing is a completed wave. That's just, you can call it a WXY, wherever you want. Now, these two are completed waves right there. If you look at them, see this one zigzag right there? This drop with this drop, if you take it from here to here, all the way up there, it exceeded a bit, but it is complete. Then we had a nice leg. This whole thing right here, I'm looking at it in this way. This leg is all by itself. Okay, so just let me do some measurements. And give me that wick. Are we gonna have this? Would you like me to color them for you? This with this price, exactly whatever. And now we're looking at something like this. This leg, grab that liquidity that's down there. And then a pull back up. This one, This. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Definitely, definitely. If you look at it, if how I measured it. Okay, if you look at it, this will definitely take us right there into that liquidity completing a full move before any continuation of that move. Yeah. Oh, you mean this one? Oh, so you're looking at this one to be this one? No. Ah, you're talking this and this. Okay. Exactly. But definitely would love these liquidities being taken out. Definitely. Exactly. Looking at oil, this is looking more as a complete. Just I don't want to go lower time frame to identify it, but it's just looking at this one like this. It looks like a completed wave. But if you go to price action, it actually creating we broke this sell order and it created a nice engulfing, respecting this, respecting that. And look at the 4-day. So any retest, continuation of, unless these break, they get violated, then you start selling the shit out of it towards 57 at least. There's, where's that candle? I saw it earlier. There you go. It retested it right here though. See, and it broke this, it broke this. What's that? Pretty sure. I think Danny. Oh. Okay, sorry Mr. Danny, I'll woke you up. Anyways, so oil. The energy of the earth, man. Yeah. The energy of the earth that moves the world. Anyways, looking for the 4 days, 3 days, 2 days. Pull back, continuation. Any break, we're looking for shorts, breaking down these lows at least. Now to the good stuff. Where are they? May I forget anything? I didn't forget anything. The good stuff for BTC. Let's start with BTC. I think most of you know my perspective of it. Looking towards these areas, especially 23, 27, but let's take it step by step. First action is around 37 area. If you go to 3 month and 6 month, I have fuck all nothing. But if you go towards the monthly, I have 37,250. Weekly, in 2 hours, most likely we're closing underneath here. So this buy is violated. Next up is the 38.39 and the weekly OB that's down here. But would love to see price grabbing liquidity down there around 28. The 4-day, it got violated, even closed under. Not that much, but retest and short. Let's go, let's take it in a different way perspective. I always shared before this pump happened and the drop, we're around these areas in December, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, exactly 17 before I took off. I explained this concept for it to happen and a short coming after. I took it out of, that's why this was there right here. Oh, look at the drawing, they're still there from last time I did the live. So that's your roadmap. Let's compare them together. Fractal, you just have to understand the volume that's behind it. Of course, BTC is more volatile, has more volume, but it is what it is. Is this gonna drop? This is gonna pump towards these liquidities? Yes, why not? Is it something to consider? Of course it is something to consider and look at. Just let me keep it like that for my screens. What do we have from the lower time frame perspective? Now, higher time frame, most of you know what I'm looking at least towards these areas, but who am I to decide what is gonna happen? Let price show me and I will tag along. And most of you know, yeah, and most of you know that yesterday, really? A nice pullback. Let's take it in a different perspective. Always when you're confused, take it in a different perspective. I don't want to go lower time frame, but this is taken out. This is taken out. We're above the box. Yes, we are in a major downtrend, but looking at how you want to trade, as I say, trade the setup, don't trade the price. Four-hour is right there. This is better way to look at it. as long as you can identify your stop loss. So 42,256. I will tell you from now, if price does not respect especially these areas, let me remove this. Stop wasting your time and looking for longs. Start looking for the shorts. This is the zone you need to focus on. If yeah, so I'm trying to answer that question, is if this area is not respected, continue looking for yourselves and stop wasting your time and your money looking for that buy to happen. There is a nice gap here. But it is not supported by any price action. This looks like it completed. As I said, watch this. This can very simply, guys, this can very simply look a nice and a break, and continues doing that. Can very simply do that. But my job is, I'm looking for this, right? We are in a downtrend. Okay, so now my next step is, does this meet? No, it does not. Does this meet my perspective? Yes, it does. So I have this one right here. So there you go. This is the invalidation of this setup. Would love to see one more hit inducing buyers. respecting the interest zone, respecting the structure that's here. And looking for, which one did we say? This one. This is our interest zone. How I will trade this? Any suggestions?
But if it doesn't take that liquidity and comes down to those levels, 42 to 42.5, even if it reacts up, I would say it's only a good long scalp until those areas. But it has to break above the 8 and the 12 hour to look long.
Okay, so how I would trade the short? That's the question I was asking. I'm looking for short until proven otherwise.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a short until it hits the 8 and 12 hour. It's just shy of those at the moment.
It already hit it. No? You're talking about this one?
No, paired.
12 and 8 hour, yeah.
It has to break the buy setup.
Exactly. Who's that? Who's that? Adam. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. So this is my buy setup for continuation of the up move. Is it valid? Yes, it is valid. So what I would love to see on this 4 hour is a break below this, close under. On any pullback, I'll take my short. I will let the move start. Because there is a lot of space till it goes down, right? A lot of doo-doo to make. So let the move start. Do not predict the move. As I said, this can very simply say something like this and continue. Let the move start. Identify, go lower time frame to the 1 hour, 45 minutes. Identify the same setup. Retest of some kind of a breaker, which is the 4 hour, which is around here. Retest, go to 5 minutes, identify the same setup and take it. But let it start. That's how I would trade it. That's how I would suggest you guys to trade it. It's better let the move start. Let it go. If not, I'm looking for, as I said, buys. If that does not play out, the short will update it as we move on in the week. If it does not play out, we're looking for, see, I'm here to make money. I'm not here to guess and trade every freaking wave. If it does not do that, I'm not gonna take a trade. I have other pairs that I look at that I can trade. For me to sell, want this to break. Last week I was looking at the 2 hour here. Where was it? Before this drop. Can somebody remind me where was it? I think we were somewhere around here. Last week, where was it? Third, fourth, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. This one? On the 4th of... What was the 4th? On Tuesday, was I back? No, it was on the 6th. Where was the 6th? This one. Yes. This one right here. I was saying this 2 hour, if it breaks and close, retest, look for a buy, correct? And if you entered, your stop would have been on the 45 minute. On the retest of the structure, which it never gave any buy setup. There you go. On the retest of the structure, you could have taken your buy, which it gave the signal for you to look for your buy, retest of this, and take your buy. But your stop, where is it? It's not down here. Your stop is just below the structure. You don't want to take the full... It's a setup, right? You could have easily sold after that. See, when it breaks, your invalidity structure, when it breaks or invalidity structure, there's always a setup that plays out that you can take it off, which is this one right here. Yes, it came all the way down, retested it. Same thing right here. Yes, it came all the way down, retested it. Same thing. Go over it. Right there. You just have to pick your trades. As I said here, we are in consolidating. Draw your box. Drop. It came up as an ABC. Let it come back down. Retest. Look for your short. Let's not make this longer.
But for now,
Yes, sir.
the buy setup. For now, the buy setup is valid.
Yes, definitely it is. But what's the higher time frame looking at, Adam?
So keep in mind that we're in a daily downtrend, so take the stop. Don't leave it thinking it's gonna come back to you.
Exactly. Trade the setup, don't trade the price. I'm willing to lose $1,000. I'm willing to lose $5,000, but per setup, the next setup I'll make 5,000. I'll make 10,000, or I'll make 2,000. It depends on your equity. I'm willing to take that because I know my consistency is on the long run. Build that confidence in your trading. I'm not here to identify, to be right or to be wrong or whatever it is. You're more than welcome, Tommy. More than welcome, Chief. Hopefully it was helpful. I will trade with you on Tuesday, Tommy.
Wax,
what I was saying.
before
Yes.
you move on to ETH,
Yes.
will you take a look at the 8 and the 12 hour? The sell setup's just above between 43 and 43.5 essentially.
This.
If you could zoom in.
Right here.
You're actually, yeah. I don't know why it's not highlighted on your. on your chart, but yeah. And if you look at that 8-hour candle, it's pretty wickless.
Mm-hmm. So you're looking for a short from here, here?
I think there's a short into that buy setup. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? It fits your criteria. Why not take it?
Yeah, and stop above that wick.
Yeah, above here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because the nearest area of structure is that fair value gap, which is all the way up here, man.
Yeah,
45
exactly.
something.
Yeah, and you have to keep it tight.
You don't want to hold.
Hold nothing.
Exactly. So it all
Stop,
depends on.
yeah, put me in profit or stop me out. Next trade.
Okay. ETH. Same thing happening. There's a retest of this, beautiful, for continuation. A retest of this, beautiful, of continuation. A retest of this. The thing is, that's what we're targeting down here. On the monthly, we just wicked below this body candle. On the weekly, sorry. And same thing on the 2 weeks. Same thing on the monthly. Are we gonna break it? Or we're pumping back up? I would love to see that pump towards these areas. It will make me more confident for the short to play out. What kind of a setup do we have? My head's starting to hurt. See, when you move to lines, it removes all the noise. If you know how to look at the market from wave perspective.
Doesn't it look complete?
I'm trying to identify it. It's just this leg up here. See, these two are just popping in front of me. That's basically what I'm seeing. That's clear. This two waves that are complete. Then this is complete. It's just this. If this is complete, then these two should match together, which they do. So this is one wave, and if you take out that out of the equation, this should be a completed wave too, which is perfect. Then that will be your WXY or ABC, whatever you want to name it, into our interest zone. But the thing is, this is what that's what I'm trying to, this is what up here. Are we gonna have a repeat? Are we gonna have something as a repeat? inducing sellers. Hey, mama. Boo. Are we gonna have something like this? Take out the liquidity that's down there and reverse. That's something to look at, where BTC would complete the move. But from the monthly perspective, from price action, we are respecting that structure. We're clearly respecting it.
Ethereum in the crypto setups. I just posted the potential for matching waves if they measure right. I didn't measure them, just looking at your screen at a glance.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, exactly. It can repeat. It can repeat that switch time frame on the daily, right? I should do the crypto at the beginning to focus more, because most of you guys trade crypto. Yeah, it would be amazing, man, if that plays out. If you're looking at it as an ABC and this is a strong move to the upside, and then this would play out back again, this is a completed move. Perfect. What are we having? Yeah, it's just, where's the invalidity of that? That's what I'm looking at. If you're looking for a long, where's the invalidity of that? Of that long, where you need to take your long. So if that's an ABC right there, that's your liquidity up here, it is complete. Are we looking for something, grab liquidity, form a missing leg and break above? Then I will be interested to take that to the long. You see, that's how I would approach it.
You probably have a 8-hour or 12-hour breaker block if it breaks above that.
Yeah.
Place to take a long from, maybe.
See, this is my liquidity right here, right there, into this interest zone where it's completing this wave. But keep in mind, this can create a missing leg. A very strong move. Grab off liquidity, induce sellers, and then pop up. Then I will be interested to take my long above here, not picking bottoms. If you have a system, go ahead. If it's consistent, go ahead, do it, man. See, when it breaks back, comes down, induce the sellers, then comes back up, then I'm interested to take my long. That patient I would be. When that patient you're supposed to be. Consistency, patience. Even in my course, whoever took it, I give 2 sessions. The first session is just psychology, man. It's just I focus a lot on psychology. And any system you are trading, it's all about the trader. I always tell my guys, it's all about the trader. It's not about the system. It's about the trader. Your patience. You have to be patient for you to get that consistency. Anyways, that's my idea. I still see more shorts coming in. Just how it's gonna play out. For the long, beautiful. I would love price to come up here. I would love price to come up here to short it.
On Bitcoin, where there's actually a 30-minute OB, an untested 30-minute OB right at the 4-hour breaker. The box you painted, we're coming right into it now.
Let me wrap up this and I will get back to you guys. XRP, looking towards these areas, right into this OB right here. Break up below it, looking towards these areas. There's even around this. For the time being, that's your liquidity. Retest of the structure and dump. Any pump, look for a break of a sell. Where's your break of a sell? See, that's 18 hours. I want this to break above. Let it close above here. See, this was a sell. Maybe this is just a liquidity grab, inducing buyers. And let it come down. If you see this, listen, when we are like this, I'm only looking for something like this. Any reason for me to sell into a proper structure, identify any kind of a correction and take it. That structure I'm looking at when I'm selling, when the market is selling, when there's more liquidity down. If this plays out and sells, you're gonna look at yourself, oh, look at that, that was a complete, why I did not sell. Well, sell and find out. Proper risk management. Did we break any sell? Well, look at the daily. This is the sell you're looking at. Did it close? Let it close. Even if it close up here. If this candle is massive up here, who cares? Now you have direction. You will be targeting this one up here. You'll be targeting this liquidity. You'll be targeting, look at this up here. It's never been touched. Why not? Why we can't have something like this, similar to this? And then a sell. It's never too late, but let the direction start. Your job is to sell now. Dot, I think Dave came in. I posted some dot trades, Dave, for you in the chat in gold.
I saw that. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Happy New Year, by the way.
You
It's
as
the
well.
first
I
time.
joined real late today.
Oh yeah, no worries, man, no worries. I posted some stuff. I'm not gonna go over it. My mouth is dry. And trade safe, guys. And if anything, hit me up. I'm thinking to make a course explaining my concept at the end of the month. Whoever is interested, hit me up. More than happy to discuss in the course, because I take it. I don't take that much of signee in the course, because I love to focus on your individual. Most of you have been in the market, and I like to explain my way, take my time to your understanding, improve your trading from my own perspective of looking at the market. And hit me up. And we have a gold area where I post, and I personally trade inside there, but I trade UCAD, and whoever is inside there wants me to check a trade for them, more than happy, I will do it. And if it's good enough, I will take it with you for my likings, for my risk tolerance, if it fits my criteria. And if not, trade safe, have a blessed week, and enjoy what you're doing.